Hold on. There we go. There we go. Had you accidentally muted. Hello.
Hello.
Switch it over to this screen.
You had me muted, but I did.
I know. We're good. I'm sure. I'm yes, I believe you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was struggling. I was like,
I know. This is a process. This is a challenge for everybody. But hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, welcome.
Just a quick little thing. We are your hosts of this weeb podcast, Ohayo Waifu, where we talk about everything and anything related to anime and manga. This podcast is not currently sponsored. Hopefully one day, maybe we will. I don't know.
I hope so.
It'd be great. So let's just get started. We want to do kind of like an introduction of like who we really are, where we kind of started from with our anime. Kind of, I guess like our anime journey. I don't know if you want to call it that. But let's start. Like, what was your first anime? When like what got you into this world?
Okay, so it's a very complicated story because when I was very young, there was at the TV, it started with like Pokemon and a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, but not that much. I don't know if you know Hamtaro.
Oh my god, I loved Hamtaro. Like the little toys were so cute.
I know, I had the little house.
I wanted a hamster so bad because of that anime. I don't like. Would it be? I guess it would be called an anime, right?
It is. It's actually an anime, but like back then I did not know, so I can't really say that that's what introduced me. I just remember watching those, and my big sister would be like, she used to be a huge fan of Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon is great.
Yes. So like, and Sakura Card Captor. I don't know if you know that one.
Oh my god, Card Captors was amazing. I actually got like the Cloud Book. I had a lot of toys from shows
my
as a kid.
wallet.
I can't deny that.
My current wallet is the book.
What? That is great.
Yes.
So then, okay, like besides like the kids stuff, like what would you say would be your first like more mature anime?
I think one of the first anime I remember going and searching for anime on my laptop when I was like 12. I think it's I don't know if you know the name Karen.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's old. It's not that popular. It's the story a little bit about it's vampires, and there's this girl that she's a different type of vampire. She can turn people into vampire, but not everybody can, and it's a weird, and she always has nosebleeds, and I don't know. But I remember I have the picture in my mind of like searching for this anime and binge watching it in a day.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I don't know, I found like old animes, like you always have to have those classics, you know?
Well, I feel like with I guess technology and the style changing, newer anime are like so good and graphic and everything. But the fact that it's a bit like video games, the fact that we started with like older type of style, it makes it that the old ones are good, but if we were to watch it now, we'd be like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Well, for me, it was more like I don't know, if I look back at, for example, Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if you ever watched Cowboy Bebop.
I haven't. I know it's like oldish and like people love it.
And to me, I absolutely loved it. Like even though like the graphics weren't like super amazing compared to like what they are today, it was still like such a great story to me. Same with like Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo it has like that older style to it, but it's just so good. You know?
Well, you see, it's like I don't know if it's because I'm a bit younger than you, but those
let's not remind myself of that being an old lady here.
I'm not that young. I think I'm just like enough so that I missed those animes, and I started with like Sailor Moon and shit like that.
I did start with Sailor Moon. I would say like for me, my first anime, probably like yourself. Like I was very I did the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I was very into like Beyblade and a Sailor Moon. I also watched this one, and I don't know a lot of people who have ever actually heard of it before, but it's called Mew Mew Power.
Oh my god, I think I haven't watched it, but
was like my jam. To me, it was like everything I wanted as like a little girl. I was like, this is great, like this is so cool. And then obviously like I started with Inuyasha.
Inuyasha, oh my god, this is so good.
So like I was kind of went on like that path for a bit. I never actually finished Inuyasha because I felt like they were just so repetitive with everything.
I haven't finished it because I was watching it on Netflix. And they stopped at like episode 175 or something. So I don't know. I was like, eh.
It's weird though because like when I think about like my first anime, I don't actually, it's weird because like a part of me doesn't really consider when I was a kid like watching like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, because that was just like on the channels that I watched. So it was just like, oh, like this is me, like I'll watch this. But I would say like my first like anime that like actually like got me into like the more mature world of anime probably was Death Note. I started with Death Note.
Really?
Yeah,
like
Death Note was like my first. It was like my gateway. It was like my gateway anime.
See, before I watched Death Note, I watched, I don't know if you know, Higurashi.
No, I've never heard of that one.
It's super gore. I don't know, but and it's really a mind-blowing anime. Like, oh my god, like I don't know how to describe it.
Well, I mean, like the gore. Like I think what it was with Death Note at first, like even though there was the whole, like, you know, like with Ryuk and stuff like that, like having those like elements to the world of like I guess like the magic part of it and like the unrealistic part of it was very subtle to me, because like they were just kind of observing, right? So it seemed like it was very like just like kind of like one of those like crime shows, but in like an anime style to me. So I think it was more easier for me to get involved into it, because it was just like, oh, we're just like dealing with crime, like it's fine, and there's just some weird looking magical creatures, like it's fine. But I don't know, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but like I don't know, because for me, even though I did watch like the child anime that you were not aware that was anime, you were just like, oh, that's cartoon.
Yeah, like there was like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Pokemon, like Beyblade, like to me they were always like cartoons, like when I was growing up. So like I do acknowledge them as anime, but like as a kid I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch cartoons.
Well, like because I had like my big sister was into Sailor Moon and Sakura Card Captor, even though I've seen it on TV, I've actually growing up watched all of it, like both of them. So yeah. it was, that was my introduction because of my sister watching that. I was like, sure, I'm gonna watch it with you or whatever, and that was like, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I had this phase growing up where like I needed to watch the gore anime. Like Higurashi was like my door to weird anime.
Ooh, if we're going to like doors of weird stuff, like
but it was like a phase. It was like a phase to me.
Yeah.
Like I watched like for a year maybe I was watching like dark stuff. Like oh my god, I can't.
I think like my first like real dark thing probably was Hellsing, like then or Hellsing I think it was called. And like that to me was really gory, but like it wasn't even, it was like so like tame compared to like what I've seen today. But to me it was like, there's a lot of blood, that's a lot of gore, oh my god. I was freaking out for a while. But okay, well like speaking with like all of our first, like where we began, like what would you say is your favorite anime?
Like all time?
Well, like it's hard to pick an all time, but like okay, we can do like top 3 then.
Top three, even top 3 is hard.
I know.
Shit. Okay. I know that Angel Beats is always gonna be in my heart. Angel Beats was, I don't know why, like maybe because it was one of my first anime too that I really watched and binge watched, that it's like forever stuck to me. Like I know,
and I think it was because it pulled on your emotional heartstrings.
Yeah, and I wasn't used to, because there was a sort of, you know, plot twist. And then you've watched it, right? So, like,
yeah, I've completely seen it.
I don't want to spoil it to other people.
When they kind of explained everything, I was like, what?
Oh my god. I forgot to turn off my notification. That's just like, okay. But yes, like it was like the first kind of plot twist-ish animes that I've started watching. Maybe that's why it stuck to me, because now I watch animes and all of them have like plot twists and you're like, holy shit, oh my god, oh. But this one was like one of the first one. Like Sailor Moon was not like plot twist. Sakura Card Captor was not like plot twist, kind of.
They had a few plot twists in there.
Yeah, but not
but
like
it wasn't
massive.
like it wasn't like that where you're like, wow, like your brain blowing up.
So maybe that's why, like, it was really very short, and if I would watch it again, I don't know if I would like it as much. But back then, it was like,
because
wow.
like based on like so many like other animes that I've seen, and I think Angel Beats, like, it'll always keep that kind of special place because of what it was at the time. Yeah. And we always kind of think back on it, but I feel like there's so many other animes out there now that we can actually relate back to Angel Beats, and having that similar like plot twist, emotional,
and emotional, like,
and,
oh my god,
yeah.
yes.
All right, so Angel Beats is one.
Okay, one. Angel Beats is one. Spice and Wolf is one of them.
I
for
watched
me.
a couple episodes of that for sure.
I was hooked. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I cannot even explain what hooked onto me. It was my first cosplay. Maybe that's why.
I got that attachment there. Yeah.
But Spice and Wolf was really great. The whole again, there's not much of a plot twist. It's kind of how the story progresses and not the mind game, but like the main characters are smart. It's trading, it's money, and it's kind of like, it's like a smart anime. Yeah. I loved it. It's, I don't know if it makes sense, but it was a smart anime.
Yeah.
Third one, oh my god. I don't know. I really
pick that third one.
I know, cause like I really loved Fairy Tail.
I was gonna say, like, Fairy Tail's kind of getting up there for me, and like I'm really liking it a lot. But would you say Fairy Tail's your third? Like, we'll say that these aren't really in like order, but I mean, like, just being able to like just like name like 3 that you really enjoy, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, right now My Hero Academia, but
okay, we'll put My Hero aside for now, because like I could talk about My Hero for so long.
But yes, I think like I feel like My Hero Academia and Fairy Tail are such on the same kind of level. Yes. If you want of kind of friendship, teamwork, crazy power. I don't know.
And okay, so I think what it is, like, for me with My Hero and Fairy Tail is they also, like, it's a very serious tone if you think about it. And you can kind of see, like, yeah, like, there's a lot of, like, evil going on in the world. But they also incorporate humor. And I think that's what I like about it, is, like, you know, it's, like, it's not serious and it's not, like, crazy and, like, emotional and, like, heavy all the time.
Like yeah, exactly. It's not heavy. It's not like a roller coaster. You're just like, yeah.
It's like, I think I'm getting that because, like, I know you haven't seen the new season of Sword Art, but Sword Art is, like, heavy the whole time. And it's very difficult for me to continue to watch because I'm like, like, I don't know, just stop.
I can't. Like, sometimes maybe I have a mood for a heavy anime or something, but I don't know. I feel like it's like the whole time heavy. It makes me feel heavy. It makes me feel like depressed or something.
I know, and I like when I watch like Fairy Tail or My Hero, and like there are episodes of My Hero where it's like, oh my gosh, like there is so much going on. Things are not okay, and it's just,
Okay, just because somebody mentioned 7 Deadly Sins.
I just saw that in chat.
My god, I loved 7. Oh my god.
So I think there's like a second season now, right?
I think it's second season. I've seen everything that's up to date on
Okay, because like I've only seen the first season, and like I really liked 7 Deadly Sins. Like I really enjoyed it a lot, and obviously like I had like it's so funny because a lot of people can kind of picture. If they see a character, they're like, "Oh, Grimm would like that character. Like that's a Grimm character." And for me,
okay, who's your favorite character
in 7 Deadly Sins? Are you sure you don't want to guess? Because it's probably pretty obvious.
Okay, I just want to see if you have the same one. Just say it.
It's Greed.
Wait, which one is Greed?
He's the one who wears like the red jacket and has like the white hair.
Ban?
And he always, or is it Ban? Because I keep calling him Greed because he looks like Greed, but it's Ban.
Immortal one or whatever.
I guess. Is it Greed or is it Ban?
Well, no, but Greed is his type of sin, but he has a first name.
Yeah. So like, I think it's Ban. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes. He is like my type of anime.
Yes.
I can't let it go.
He's husbando.
Husbando, for sure. But I really liked him. He was a treat for sure.
Yes.
But no, Seven Deadly Sins was really good. I will say I really enjoyed I want to say like the flow of it. Like they kept it like at a good pace, but at the same time like they also relaxed for a bit. They had some like, and I don't know if this is just me. I've always enjoyed a good filler arc. Not even like an arc, but like just like a filler episode. Where it's like, let's just take all the characters and go to the beach. Or like, let's just take the characters and like, have like a little like fighting tournament.
Yeah, no, I love fillers. It's just like, for example, if you take Naruto, there's way too many fillers. Like,
okay. Naruto needs to calm down.
I know, but...
And it's not even filler, it's just like repeating the same thing over of like the past. And like making sure like we know everything. Oh.
Like, I've just binge watched it. I don't need...
I even remember like when My Hero I think they do like, I think there's 3 episodes where they repeat what happened in the previous season. That's okay if they take an episode to just like repeat what happened, but they don't do it every other freaking episode.
Like for My Hero, I think there's only one in between season 1 and 2. Like it's called Hero Note or something.
Okay.
But like at the beginning of every
it's like
episode,
0.5,
there's like a 2
actually.
minutes.
I think it's like 13 like 0.5 or something for the episode.
Yeah,
numbers.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's that one. Yes. So it's not too much. Like, and at the beginning of the episode, they do like a tiny little 1 minute something recap of the episode before. So you kind of like remember. I don't know. On Crunchyroll, it's like that. But and then there's the little like intro song, and then it's the anime. You know.
I love the intro songs of My Hero. They're great. But yeah, like it's Chat saying, like there's just like so many little adventures that Naruto talked about, and I was just like, maybe it's just me, but like I just didn't care. Like I really like Naruto Shippuden when they were older, because he like in the first like Naruto, he kept being like, believe it, like every 5 seconds, and I'm like,
I know,
bro.
But like it built a little bit of like Naruto's character, you know, how everybody would bully him, like throughout the whole time, the whole young part, but he proved himself, you know. So I can accept it, but what I can't accept is like the near, I think she put on at the end, or I don't remember exactly when, but when they have like 10 filler episode of like back-to-back flashbacks of like Throwback Thursday with Sasuke. I don't know.
Oh my god. Sasuke as a character is just ridiculous. Like,
oh my god, I know. Oh my god. And like, okay, fine, he went through all his like issues, but
like Naruto has issues. We all have issues.
I know, but like in Boruto, like he's still kind of a little like, I don't know. He went through all this. He came back to the good light and everything, but like, you know, like everybody knows it's a big sport. He has a daughter.
Yeah.
And he's still like he's still acting so emo when it pisses
so might as well give it to the best
like,
girl.
He's
You're
I
my
don't know.
love.
No, okay. Shoto is on a whole other level.
Shoto is on a level. Shoto is like fairy tale, and Sasuke is like.
I'm sorry, but like Shoto already worked through his issues. Okay.
Yes.
He like.
Thank you. Okay, hold on. Are we gonna do this right now? Because there's a lot of people in chat who really don't like Shoto because of like the hype that I have built on him. And now that I have another person who has the same hype, oh my god.
Shoto is...
Yes. And like we have Martyr too, so like we're building the Shoto army.
Yes, okay. Teamwork. Shoto is the best. But
like, okay. I find that Shoto is such like a good, like a so like, I don't know. I like his process, and people are like, oh, he's so like whiny about everything he does.
I'm sorry, he is not whiny. Okay, Bakugo is so annoying. He's like whining and like aggressive all the time, but like Shoto doesn't whine. He's just, like...
okay, United, Bakugo is grumpy.
Yeah, Bakugo is grumpy. Oh my god.
Ugh, this is awful. But like, the one thing I like about Shoto's character is like the development, and like you can put yourself in his shoes, and the fact that like you understand why he doesn't want to do the things he does. Because like I don't want to do spoilers. He does have emotion, United. You're wrong. You are
He
so
is not
wrong.
emotionless. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
You
he's
need
just
to
not
do
crying
it.
like every second like Midoriya does. Like,
Oh my god, that's so annoying too. I can't like. Oh, he's always crying. Like, I mean, at some point he went to like close to dying so many times.
yeah.
Why is
I
he
find
still
like
crying?
okay, so like as a character, I love Midoriya, but I also find that like he's so irrational with everything he does, and I understand like it's his like development of like becoming the best, like the greatest hero, because like that's what his story is. But at the same time, it's like Midoriya frustrates me because he doesn't think, he just acts.
Well, he thinks a lot. I mean, about the whole situation, but like I
He-
don't get
okay.
it how.
Yeah, like he doesn't think about himself, and like
exactly.
the like what happens to him. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll save the world, but I'll die doing it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And it's so annoying because like I went through the whole episode. I'm almost done with season 3, and like he still hurts himself when he punched. Like I can't believe we are through like 3 seasons and he still like cannot control his shit. Like he's been having this since like episode 1. He has his powers since like episode 1 or 2, and he still cannot punch a single time, or like almost a single time, without like hurting himself.
I
And
know.
it's so annoying. He
okay,
needs to, like,
United, he does know how to use his powers. He just refuses to because of his dad. Like he doesn't want to become what his dad
like-
wanted because his dad is messed up.
And like it did not take him like 300 episodes to decide to use fire. He's using it. So like,
Yeah, and
he
he's
got
and, like
he even
he's never
Yes.
been told that it's his. He's been told his entire life that his fire is not his.
it was for his dad, and for like it was the whole like he didn't want to please his dad because his dad is a huge like
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
But,
exactly
like,
what Mario said.
It's just like it's frustrating because a lot of people don't understand that aspect of Shoto. Like they kind of don't think about the fact that like he's been sheltered his whole life because of his family, and then
he
like
could even
he even was like he's never really had to interact with other people in that aspect. And then Midoriya's like, hey, you're great. Like basically like what Naruto did to Gaara. Like
Exactly.
punching the friendship
Oh my
into
God.
him. Like
I know.
anyway.
It's the same.
It's literally the same thing. Like I loved Gaara. Like Gaara as a character, I absolutely loved Gaara.
Yes, I love Gaara. Gaara was like, oh, Gaara.
And I think it's because I can put myself in those characters' shoes.
yeah.
So it's kind of like I can see it from their perspective. And then everybody's like, "Rrr," like just use your powers. It's like, but there's a reason.
I know. It's like you like people are thinking about his emotion like if they were like already grown up, and then they had like the fire power, and they're like, no, he has this since he's like born. His mom hated him because his dad was like forced married to her, and she poured like boiling water on his face because she could only see like his dad into him. Like imagine the emotional scars is that does to you, only being seen as your dad, and your dad is like
Messed up.
yeah, messed up.
That's
and
the
like
thing.
he got his mom locked away for all these years. He didn't get to see his mom, and like
Yeah, and people just don't. I think they forget that. They just see him like being like, I don't want to be my dad, and everybody's like, "Whoa, idiot!" Like,
daddy issues.
yeah, daddy issues. It's like, ugh. But anyway, we'll get back on track.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes. So
So,
what's your top 3 anime?
expected to. Okay. I'm always gonna fall for Full Metal Alchemist,
I haven't watched it.
but not just Full Metal Alchemist, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because Full Metal Alchemist was always like they jumped all over the place. It was very random at times, and I found their pacing with Brotherhood was amazing. Like I absolutely loved the whole entire storyline of it, and I highly recommend it to like everyone. Like
And
ugh.
like I've seen a lot of review like, oh, don't watch not Brotherhood, but don't watch Full Metal Alchemist. Watch the Brotherhood one because it's so much better. But
Yeah,
I
and
haven't
like
watched
I find like a part of me feels like their team was like, okay, we didn't really make sense with the first Full Metal Alchemist. Let's fix that, and we're gonna put in different plot twists things and like a different ending and a different route. And like I really liked it. I've rewatched it a couple times. Like my mom even ended up watching it with me. Like she was like, she came into my room and she's like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "Full Metal Alchemist." And she just like kind of like sat on my bed like watching the TV. And she actually ended up like enjoying it so much. I was like, "You know, Mom, like I can turn this off." And she's like, "No." She's like, "It's just getting good." Like
next episode, please.
Yeah. I have to say, like, so Full Metal Alchemist is up there. I really, really like My Hero Academia. Like, My Hero is probably like one of my favorite animes, and I think it's because they keep the pacing well. They keep like they have like everything I want in a single anime.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
except the shipping.
Except the shipping. Like, it makes me so mad how like, anyway, we'll get into that. It's fine. And then I have to say, like, it's kind of, I'm kind of like on the fence about a lot of anime for like another third one, like what to put in that like third slot. Because recently I've been reading the manga for Fairy Tail, and like I would say like I'm pretty like I think I'm on like chapter like 280, so I think that's about like halfway through. I think like season like the original Fairy Tail, like the 200 and some episodes. And like I'm really, really liking it, and I think it's because it has the same aspects of My Hero, like we said. But I mean, like there's a couple other anime that like I really, really enjoyed too. Like I actually really liked Future Diary. I don't know if anybody else has seen Future Diary.
I haven't watched it. Like I've like I know it was big, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, like either that or like I really liked like Akame ga Kill, even though it was hella emotional and just like threw me off so many times. Like, oh, or like I don't know. There's so many out there that just like they all have like their own positives, I guess. But I don't know. I'm gonna throw Fairy Tail in the third slot for now. But okay. I'm gonna take Fairy Tail out because I haven't finished it and I don't think that's fair. But I'm probably gonna put in what was that anime called? What was that one anime called? Dead Man's Wonderland. I loved Dead Man Wonderland.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. That one was great. Like Dead Man Wonderland, like even like the intro song was absolutely amazing. So that was probably for me. So I'm gonna do Dead Man's Wonderland, My Hero, and Full Metal Alchemist for mine. But yeah. And like speaking of like manga and stuff, so like I've been reading a lot of Fairy Tail. But like, do you read manga?
Okay, so there was a time in my life where I would I would binge watch every kind of romance animes, like any like good romance anime you can like mention. I probably watched it, and at some point I kind of went around it, and I was like, I don't know what to watch, so I started reading like every romance manga, and it's probably what got me into actually reading manga, because I didn't really read it before. I've read how do you call it, Claymore.
Ooh, Claymore's
Most
a
of
good
it?
one.
But I haven't watched read the end of it. Like I stopped midway because the library was like down my street, but eventually I moved, so I couldn't go to the library as much.
Yeah, and like the one thing I always find, like if you're like buying a manga or like you're renting, like you're borrowing it from like somewhere, they never have the first copy. Like
I
ever.
know.
They always have like two. I'm like, who is the person? I will find you and hunt you down.
And who borrows a manga at the library and borrows just one? I'm sorry, but the manga, if I read it walking home, it's done when I'm home.
I know.
I have to walk back.
That's the thing. Like with Fairy Tail, like I've been able to read like over 150 chapters in like 2 days. Like I'm just like scrolling like so fast. Like I'm just like going through the whole thing. It's crazy.
My Fairy Tail is so good. That's why.
Yeah, that too. I just noticed in chat as well. Chase mentioned Konosuba. Have you ever watched Konosuba?
Wait, let me just read the name.
I usually I respond to people's chats with a lot of gifs from Konosuba, and like even like the host alert is from Konosuba.
Wait, let me. I don't think I have. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I have to.
Look it up because Konosuba is absolutely hilarious. Like, oh, I
haven't watched it. It's the one. It's the one I see on Facebook all the time, but I haven't watched it. Like, I'm just catching. It's a recent anime, no?
It's decently. It's decent. It's I would say it's like fairly new. They're coming out with a movie very soon, which is very exciting. And like, with Konosuba, it's so funny. And like, I find like if you're someone who's like kind of sensitive to like a couple topics, I mean like they make fun of a lot of things, so like their humor might not be for everybody. But oh my gosh.
No, I have an easy humor.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And like it's such like a feel-good anime because like you just like can't help but laugh about everything. And like I don't know, I just like if you're feeling down, watch Konosuba for sure.
Okay. I have an anime for you. I just need to remember the name. It's so funny. It's like the little short. Oh my god! Oh my god! I cried. Okay, it's so. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna tell you after while I find it because I'm horrible with names.
Yeah.
And I can't remember it, but it's so funny.
I don't know what it is, but like a lot of like I think when you're watching anime and like you're like deep in the weeb world, I want to say. It's hard to, I find it's very, very hard to introduce people to anime humor because like it kind of teeters on the edge of like, are you all right there, Grimm? Like, should you be making jokes like that? And it's like, but it's the weeb world. Like,
oh my god, like I recommend. Okay, I found the name. It's Nichiju. I don't know how you pronounce it, and it is hilarious, but it's super dumb, and like, and I've tried to recommend it to people, and only people that are actually like weeb or something loved it. And like, if I recommend it to a normal person, I watch casual animes, they're gonna like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's so hard to get people who don't understand anime into the world of anime. Because like you have to be very careful with your recommendations. Because like I remember with Chase, when Chase wasn't into like anime and stuff like that, United and I recommended that he watched High School DxD. I don't know if you know what that anime is. That one is
I haven't watched it,
he's pretty deep into the weeb world.
It's got
we introduced him pretty fast. Like we were like, maybe you should watch Death Note because it's like watching like a crime thing. I don't know, like what would you consider a gateway anime? I would honestly say My Hero would be a good one.
Yeah, I've seen some people start with like 7 Deadly Sins. Like I feel like Naruto got a lot of people because it was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But is it a good show to start with? I don't know because it's so long. I would recommend something short, like something like somebody can watch like 12 episodes or 24 or something, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's good, I like it, you know. And then you proceed with something longer. But you can't just recommend like Naruto, and then the person's like somebody's gonna feel discouraged by the fact that it has so many episodes. And
so Chase just said Seo, like Sword Art for a starter. I don't think that it's a good starter.
I think the first season,
because like the first season will get you hooked, and then they're just like, by the way, we're pretty messed up, and you're like, oh, okay. And like, what the? Yeah. As they kind of go in, and like same with Akame got killed, and like no, quit trolling. And Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball Z is pretty good, but I also like Sugar said, like it's very long. So it's kind of, I don't know.
Like Sword Online was a good introduction back when it had like only one season out.
Yeah.
And like the first season was hype. It was like a good concept of like video games, and like it was cool, you know.
Yeah, it definitely kind of brought back like my love for MMOs at the time too, and like it made me like really hyped for the idea of a virtual reality MMO, and then they went a different route, and it's like ooh.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like the first season maybe this like this, I think it's part of the first season when they are in the other world, but it's still starting to get messed up with the whole kidnapping and like
Yeah, all like the messed up things they're doing. I heard Hunter x Hunter is also a good one. Yeah, like Martyr said, like I agree. I've heard that's a good like gateway one. I think it's like you just can't pick like a too long one, and you can't pick one that's like too weird, like with like DxD style. You know, like you can't really have like that sort of thing.
That's a very hard question. Like something in between, like.
I would say like also like Fullmetal Alchemist is probably another really good gateway.
I haven't watched it because of the really
The one thing that I find, because like okay, so I watched Fairy Tail in English, and it's funny because a lot of the voice actors and actresses from Fairy Tail come from Fullmetal Alchemist, so it's like all like the same cast essentially, just like in something else. And like when I first heard Natsu speak, I'm like, wait, what? Like, excuse me? That's not like that. That's not like that's Natsu. What? But like I don't know. It's like really cool to like hear like voice actors and actresses from like other animes. And just like I don't know, like when you hear them, you're like, wait a second, like I know who that is.
Okay, I've watched Naruto in English, and there's a character in Guild Wars 2, like an NPC, and every time I talk to that NPC, I swear to God, it's Gaara.
It is.
Like, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God, it sounds just
Gaara is a guy from like Gaara is Liam O'Brien. And Gaara is also, or Liam O'Brien is also Illidan from World of Warcraft. Like, he's done a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, I wish like, it sounds just like him. Like, you talk to him, oh my God, it's Gaara's voice. I'm like, what? It's so weird.
Alright, so let's kind of get talking on, like, upcoming anime coming out. Like, is there anything that you're excited for that's coming out?
I haven't actually, like I'm trying to get up to date with the animes, and I haven't noticed like any like, because I'm mostly on Facebook and I scroll and you know, I follow anime pages, and I haven't seen anything that's upcoming, and people are like...
I'm very excited for the second season of One Punch Man. I don't know if you've ever seen One Punch Man. It's hilarious, and like I find like the one thing I like about One Punch Man is they take like a bunch of different anime and then they make fun of it in like a very subtle way. Like they made fun of like Attack on Titan, they made fun of like a couple Dragon Ball Z comments. Like, oh my God, I was laughing so hard. And with season 2 coming out, like it's been like highly requested, and like I know a lot of people are very, very excited for it. And same with like, so I don't know, like have you been watching like Attack on Titan?
I've watched the first 2 seasons, I believe.
Oh my God, like
I'm not up to date, but
I don't know what happened.
Like I read the mangas.
I did too. I know what happens, so like I'm not gonna spoil anything for chat. I know what happens, and honestly, like I'm kind of disappointed. Maybe that's just me.
I don't know how far I've read.
Like I've read like decent enough to like know the answers I wanted, and like I don't know, man. I just think that like they just like took a weird turn with everything, and like that's just like my opinion. Like I'm not a huge fan of Attack on Titan anymore, but like I know Attack on Titan season 3, like part 2, I think comes out soon, so like I know a lot of people are excited for that, but I don't know. I think I'm mainly excited, and then on top of that, like with My Hero coming out in October and like having you caught up for it, and especially like because like you need like once you've caught up, and the ending it has on the last season, you're gonna be like, excuse me, like, and you're gonna be at my stage. You're gonna be at my stage where like you need it to be October.
I hate this. It's gonna make me like suffer. You know when you finish like an anime.
Oh my God, and it just like ends, and you're like, no.
It's like, and even if you want to watch another anime to fill the void, it just doesn't hit it. It's just like.
I know, like. There's a couple that have done that for me, and My Hero is definitely one of them. Like, I hate waiting. Like, I'm a very impatient person when it comes to like storylines of things. So like my hero is something that I'm like, okay, yeah, I need answers. And like with One Punch Man coming soon, like I am hyped to know what happens next, because like they kind of ended on like a very open-ended like ending, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't like not having answers to things. And like, okay, have you ever seen the anime No Game No Life?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I watched it like 4 times. Like it was an absolute like I loved it, and like I love the color, like in the art style of it too. I love the, like the color scheme to it. But it was apparently supposed to be an anime that like made you want, like it was kind of like an advertisement for the manga, because like they wanted you to watch the season and then go to the manga. And I'm
really?
Like, yeah.
The way it ended, it did not make me make me want to go read the manga. I don't know why.
But it left on such like an open, like they just like said that they're gonna go do stuff, and then they're just like done. Yes, quintessential. They do have a movie, but it's not. Yeah, it's not like current though.
If something's gonna make me want to go like read the manga, it has to be like a cliffhanger.
But it does leave on a cliffhanger though.
Yeah, but it's. Like,
or do you just accept the ending? You're just like, this is it. This is good for me.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because like, I don't know, when it feels like open, like, oh, we're gonna do something else, it's like, oh, okay, well, sucks, like, I don't know. But if it's like big, like, oh my god, like you, like your heart drops at the end and you just don't know what's gonna happen, oh my god, that's like, okay, manga, it's manga time.
It's a manga time. I don't know, like, I think like for me, I've only read manga based on anime. So like I've never like gone out of my way, except for with like Eden Zero, which is like Hero's new series. So like I've started reading that, and I've been like keeping up to date with it, and it's actually like really interesting. Like once it started getting its own face, because it really felt like they even like make like so many comments towards Fairy Tail, and I'm like, okay, you're not Fairy Tail, stop. Like try to be something else. And they even have like one. I even tweeted it at one point where they have like the main characters of Eden Zero sitting in like this bar, and then behind them they actually have Natsu and Lucy walking behind them, and they're just like, oh, like we might seem like those people, but we're not. And I'm like, are you actually
no,
kidding
you
me?
are worse.
Like you are not Lucy and Natsu, like chill. But now that it, like after that scene, it's kind of started getting its own face, so like I've been enjoying it. But the only other manga that I've gone out of my way to read that doesn't have an anime is Honkai Impact 3rd. Nobody's ever heard of it before, but it's really good. Like,
I have no idea.
That's about it though, but I've always been like more of like an anime person.
Same.
I guess.
Like I said, the only mangas I really like, except Claymore, I don't know why, when I went to the library, I saw it, and there was like 1 to 5, so I was like, sure, looks good. I mean,
Okay, Grayson just mentioned Psycho-Pass. I don't know if you've ever watched Psycho-Pass.
I haven't.
Oh!
I haven't.
Psycho-Pass is my life. The concept is so cool. It's okay. So I'll give like a rundown of what to expect from Psycho-Pass. So they're basically like in this world that there's no crime, there's no evil, because everybody's able to monitor there's something called a Psycho-Pass. So it's like if you go above a certain level, like let's just say that level is 100 of your it's basically your emotional level and like your emotional like stability. And if you go above that, you're considered a danger to society, and like you either have to be like reprimanded and like taken to like rehab to like calm your emotions again, or you're put down essentially. And the weapons in the world, like they only can be used if your emotional level is above a certain amount, and the weapon will activate depending on like how severe your level is. And so like it basically follows like the police of the world, and the villain in the world is able to control his level to like the lowest possible, and he's doing the most messed up stuff ever, but he's able to keep his level below so nobody can actually hurt him with the weapons, because if the police do anything to him, then their levels go above a certain amount. So it's like just like the oh my god, the mind, like it's just like the mind games that this series plays.
Sounds tasty. Okay, that's on my list.
I was like literally like gripping my seat. Like I was like, I could not handle how cool it was. And it was just great. And like the guy in it, he'll become your husbando too, don't worry. So don't worry. You add to your list. You add to your list.
Okay, I guess I'll have to watch it after My Hero. But I did start the anime, the slime thing.
Oh, that time I got reincarnated as a slime?
Yes, and I was not expecting much out of it. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna try it, and it's really funny, and I'm actually enjoying it. But then I started My Hero Academia.
So I've watched about I think I've seen 5 episodes of the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I've seen about 5, but it wasn't it wasn't pulling me in. And I felt like it was very slow. At the first initial scene that happens, I was like, whoa, what does this mean? And then I felt like it was really, really slow. And the building was very slow for me, and I feel like it wasn't really pulling me in too much.
It's true. It's
So when did it start to pick up for you? After a while, did you just push through, or
I don't know. I was doing accounting when I was watching it, and I just kind of enjoyed it. It was, but it didn't pull me enough, so I wanted to My Hero Academia. I'm like, okay, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
But that it was good. It was enjoyable, but it did not make me feel like I had to watch it right now, addicted, you know?
Yeah, and United makes a point, it does have a lot of, it had so much advertising over everything. Crunchyroll had it across its banners, it was all over Twitter, it was all over this, so I think I did expect more when I started it, just based on the hype levels and the marketing that they were doing for it, so I think that was a huge impact of where my mindset was for watching it. And then it just kind of was oh, do you remember that I can't even remember what that one anime was called, but the zombie one, the zombie pop girl one?
Oh my god, yeah, they kind of died, but they
yeah, and then they're just we're gonna do pop K-pop stuff, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is the clip when she raps on the scene, she freaks out. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a really popular scene. And they start singing, and people kind of join in, but I don't know. I found it a little bit dumb.
I know. I don't know. When it comes to I guess real world scenes, where it's there's no magic, there's no quote unquote fighting scenes. I find an anime really has to be has to pull me in that way, and not in a weird. I don't know if saying the word weird is right, but with the zombie one, I'm just kind of what. What? But then I think about the show Shokugeki no Suma. You've seen have you seen Food Wars?
I haven't. I've seen actually the first 3, but I just didn't get hooked.
It gets really good after a while. It builds, and there are some weird stuff in it. As we go back to talk about the whole anime jokes that they kind of veer on the it's a show you wouldn't watch where maybe your parents would walk into the room, they'd be what are you watching? But I liked it so much, and I learned so much for cooking wise. It actually that anime got me into cooking, because it was I don't know, I was learning so much, and I'm I want to make that too.
It's kind of instead of cosplaying a character, I want to cook.
Yeah, it was weird. It was because there's so many times where I do want to cosplay character, but this was the first time I've ever been yeah, I want to cook. But the one thing I noticed too, and I didn't catch on to this after a while, was a lot of the voice actors from Shokugeki no Suma, some of them are actually in My Hero as well.
Really?
Yeah, Midoriya's character is some little reporter who has barely a relevance in the world. And then he turns out to be Midoriya in My Hero, and I'm damn. And you also find Shoto too. And he has a very peppy voice to this character, and I'm what?
Oh, it must be so weird.
It is very, very weird to hear Shoto be from this serious tone to haha. Haha. Food Wars, yeah, it was a good surprise. That's the thing, is Food Wars turned out to be a good surprise, and their Shokugekis are their fighting scenes. And they did such a good job of it. Like, it made you being like, oh, he cooked that filet perfectly. Same with, like, Yuri on Ice. Like, I felt like I could be, like, a judge of ice skating. And I was like, look at him. He landed it. Like, Yuri on Ice is great.
I actually haven't watched it. I know it was hyped and people loved it. I think it's pretty short, so I'm gonna put it on my list. Like I told you, like, I'm so late on animes. I haven't watched many animes in like the past maybe like 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm really late on good animes.
So let's take one more time for one more question.
Okay.
What would you say would be like your hidden gem anime that like you feel like doesn't get enough like recognition and like doesn't get enough like spotlight in the world? What would you say would be your hidden gem anime or manga?
That is such a good question. That like, oh my god. Okay, I have one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna say this because I haven't seen it like clips on Facebook and stuff like that. It's like, so to me it wasn't like that hype, but I absolutely freaking loved Little Witch Academia.
Okay, I am on board with that. I loved that show so much.
Okay, I loved it. Like, I don't know, like the okay, you know when you watch an anime and the really good scene happens and you have like shivers or like you have a shiver go through you because it's so good. Okay. When she does the bow thing,
yes,
and she calls it and she, oh my god,
that was insane.
Oh my god, I love my.
It's funny because like I came across that anime when I was in animation at the time, and my friend was like, okay, like you really need to watch this, like especially like being in animation, like you should really go and kind of just like admire it because like the animation style's so crazy and so awesome. And when I went, I was like, this is just great, like this is just like such a treat.
Oh my god, okay, the animation was gorgeous. I don't know, it was on Netflix. I was like,
that's the thing, like I think there's like a couple things though that like there's only one thing on Netflix, wasn't there? I thought there's only like one, like it's either like a couple episodes or it's a movie or something.
It started with like I think the movie, but then they put the whole first season and something else. I don't know. There was like I think 3 things on Netflix now, or unless they took it off, and I watched everything. And I'm just hoping for more.
That's the thing, is it's like one of those things you always want more. See,
I know. Oh, I loved it.
My hidden gem would be Sirius the Jaeger. It's actually on Netflix as well. And it was so pretty to just like watch. And I loved the whole story of it. And like, yes, it revolves around vampires. And I understand like vampires are kind of passe now.
What's the name again?
Sirius the Jaeger. It's so good. Like I was laughing, I was crying, I was like gasping, like it was intense. Like, and I find like it, like nobody really talks about it, and like not a lot of people have seen it, and if they have, they're like, oh well, like the first episode didn't really get me too much. But I'm like, no man, like no, like it was so good. And the ending, like I didn't even know what to do with my life afterwards. Like I was just kind of sitting there, and like there's people like I wanted to talk to about it, but just like nobody's ever seen it, so it's like, oh.
I guess I'll have to watch it just for you.
Oh.
So we can talk about it.
Yes. But yeah, I think we're good for our first episode of Ohayo Waifu. Coming up to the hour mark. Unless you have anything else you wanna add?
But I mean, we could keep talking for hours. But
I know. So I just want to let everybody know as well. We were planning to do this 2 times a month. I think our next episode we agreed to do it on the 24th of April. So we'll be doing it Wednesday, April 24th at 10 a.m. EST. If you guys enjoyed that, thank you so much. We're actually going to be taking this clip and we're going to be putting it, trying to find like other outlets for this as well. So whether we do like Google Podcast, Apple, we're going to find some other things, but we'll definitely be able to keep you guys up to date. Make sure you drop a follow to Sugar and the stream as well. If you guys enjoyed this, thank you guys so much. It means everything. So enjoy your day, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Sugar, I'm gonna end the call here.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you later.
See you later, alligator.
Everyone, thank you so much for everything. This was amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back again, so make sure you guys drop a follow to Sugar. Make sure you drop a follow on the stream if you're new as well. thank you guys, honestly, and I will see you guys later.